recording in progress.
Yes. So I got home with just only 12 kilometers left of range. The
You could have gone down the road and back several times.
Damn straight I could have. I went to the Victorian Battery, and the roads are still closed off. I couldn't get close enough. I did try to drone, but I couldn't do line of sight, so I turned it back. So damn. Oh, that was interesting.
Do we know what caused it?
No,
it was being provisioned. I mean, who knows? It could have had a snake crawl into it or something.
Exactly, because Tesla says that they actually have already, tested them before shipping them, and they're already ready to go. They come fully assembled, yada yada. So it might have been a connection between units.
I blame Angus. I reckon Angus went there with a bolt.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there, Ash.
Yeah, I think he realised that all of us are giving money to the Vote Angus Out group.
Yeah.
I don't know if do you guys know about that?
No.
There's a GoFundMe group to do letter drops in Angus's district. So basically they're collecting money from people to make sure everyone in Angus's home district knows the shit fuckery that he's been doing.
The do nothing that he does.
And like the whole his role of environmental minister for carbon reduction and pollution reduction or something.
Yeah.
And what he hasn't done or what he has been doing. Like, yeah. I gave them money. I think people should.
Yeah, exactly.
They've done quite well. They've made, I think, 75% of the money that they needed to do a pamphlet drop to everybody.
Wow.
In his electorate.
Good.
But they're going to time that for the next election.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, like I think his one's coming up soon for
the by-election, right?
His district.
Good.
So yeah, they're timing it and they're getting it on, and they're going to run advertising campaigns and billboards and stuff, because I reckon that's probably the most effective money I've put towards environmentalism.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. So how are you, Vincent?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, what's been going on in your world?
Well, I went past Tritium's headquarters in Brisbane. So they're offering more charges for the public to use. I think there's like 6 of them that's new.
Wow.
Yeah, they might be like a 50 or 75 kilowatt, but then they're just like white unbranded right now.
Right, but free to use, you mean?
Yeah, free to use. I believe that they're using it as like a test bed. Yeah.
Wow.
Open only during business hours. Then on the side of it, they're putting in a larger transformer, because they currently have, I think, 4 or 5 free to use charges, but they're currently capped at about 30 kilowatts each.
Right.
Because their transformers can't handle it on site, so they bought bigger ones.
Wow.
Then the UK Ionity chargers, they have one there. I believe that they actually supply the Ionity chargers to Europe, so therefore they have one there as a testing charger.
Cool.
They have their own like Jag there. They have a Leaf there as a test car, so they just keep charging those.
Fantastic. That'd be fun, actually. Do that. I'll do a video. I'm in London, Gov. Look at me. Sorry, Nigel.
Oh,
that was the worst.
Terrible accent, darling.
No. Don't pretend to. Hashtag I'm here every day. Oh my gosh. I love your backdrop today, Ashley. That's hilarious. Where are we? Star Trek?
To be honest, this is the one that comes with Zoom.
Okay. It's like a Star Trek meets Star Wars.
Yeah, just a kind of in orbit cargo bay.
Why not? And Nigel, have you visited the new V3 supercharger, and have you tried going supercharged fast?
No.
One job.
It's about 50 kilometers away from me, north. They did have a get together at the pub round the corner this morning over lunch, but I had other things to do, so I haven't been up there yet.
Okay, but you will get there, yeah.
I'll eventually get there. I've used the Eaton one quite a few times. That's about 100k south of me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll get up there. I've got still 2,000 plus 3 kilometers to use. So I need to get up there and burn some up for me. So
Good.
I'll get there. But
Nice.
it's not open 24/7 at the moment because they're still upgrading the Karrinyup shopping centre. And it's pronounced Karrinyup.
Karrinyup. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You
Karrinyup.
went Karrinyup or no,
Well,
Karrinyup.
I know. Well, you should see my outtake. I'll be like, Karrinyup. I don't know. Karrinyup.
It's just Karrinyup. Yeah.
So, more than one supercharger, unless you've got like a Model S60 or 75.
Or the legacy models.
Yeah, the ones that can't receive the upgrade to do CCS.
All right. Ah, jeez.
Because it's a CCS2 only.
Yeah.
Charger.
With the super fast one.
I'm aiming to get up there sometime, but not for a week or two. To get up there with about 10% charge left, having preconditioned to see if I can get my 170 kilowatts, which is a Model 3 SR Plus limit, I think, 170, or is it 200?
SR Plus is 175.
175, yeah. No, I'll be happy if I get over 150. The best I've had down at Eton was 129, but that's limited to 130.
We got 170s, Chris, when we did the testing with Nash.
Oh, did we?
That night, yeah.
Oh, okay.
For like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Oh, it'd be impressive to see. So if you have a long range or performance, you can go up to the 250. Is that right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think the people with the Taiwan Model 3s can't get the 175. I think that
Taiwan?
Yeah, so the made in China.
Made in China ones.
Yeah, sorry, I said Taiwan. I mean Beijing.
Yeah.
Well, the LFP batteries that are in those have got a much flatter charging curve.
Yeah, but they can't
they
go
take
up
the
as high.
same amount of time, but they tend to go a bit flatter rather than ours, which do that.
Yeah.
And we end up about half the charge rate that they are at the end.
So.
Cool. The EV charger near me hasn't progressed at all. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe an engineer visited the site and said, "What the hell did you do? Why'd you put it there?" You know, because basically you got one servicing one parking spot, but it's got dual CCS connections, and there's another parking spot, but they put it on the side, obviously to suit, you know, like what Jaguar, what do you call them thingies? And so then you can only ever get one car using that thing at one time maximum. And hasn't moved on at all. It's like, can you please open already? Because I want some free electricity, please.
Don't worry, there's a charger that the RAC put in WA down in Dunsborough, which is a seaside holiday town. And it's on a one-way street, angled parking, but they put it at the end. So Model 3s have got to do a 5-point turn in a one-way street that's narrow to reverse in to be able to plug it in.
Is that the one where if you do reverse in, then they book you because it's one that you're not allowed to, because it's a one-way street, you're not allowed to do that?
I did have
I've seen
one of the wardens that was there one day when I was looking at it, and they won't.
Because I saw some people getting ticketed for that at another charger then. And it's like, well, we can't, you know, it says pull in forward in parking only.
It doesn't actually say park facing forwards.
Well, if it's like an angled parking,
but
it's implied. Yeah, then it's implied for forward in.
And then, of course, to get out, you've got to come out and do that to drive off.
So what was the location? What's it called again?
It's in Dunsborough in WA. It's near Bustleton.
I'm looking it up. How do you spell Dunsborough?
DUNSBOROUGH. Dunsborough.
Yeah. All right. I'm using PlugShare. No match.
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, Dunsborough. No. No, it took me to somewhere in Victoria. Oh no, this took me to the UK. Hilarious.
I like your new studio layout, Chris.
Yeah, so do I. Thanks, Nash.
Watch that video and things. I like the way it looks.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Just, got to do my tax return so I can afford to do the next phase. Because I've still got the ugly curtains in front of me here. I still got my desk that doesn't do the sit stand. And you can see the ugly curtains up there. But it's getting there. It's getting there. I mean, it's cheap and cheerful. Love it.
We'll put a green screen over the door, and that way you can make it look like something else or something fancy.
Yeah. Maybe like a TARDIS effect, like going somewhere.
You can make it the actual TARDIS in your background image.
Exactly. That'd be awesome.
Or just get it painted up like a TARDIS. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the one. As you can see from this picture,
Yeah.
you have to reverse in, and it's one way. And there's angled parking down the bottom here. So it's very, very hard to actually get in there.
That's madness. What were they thinking?
So you have to reverse in order to plug it in, because that cable is 3 meters. So if you drive in, it won't even reach the front door.
Gotcha. Oh, the MG can go front end in.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, some cars can go front end in.
Yeah.
But as you can see, it's one way.
Yeah.
And the other side of there, and they got angle parking there and angle parking there. So to get out, you take a 3-point turn almost to go out as well.
And is that public charger? Is it? So it's free?
No, it's RAC. It's
45 cents per kilowatt.
But
Jeez.
it's on Charge Fox. So if you're an RAC member, you get a 20% discount. So it brings it down to 36 cents.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But you see, if that one is free, you can pull in there and plug in.
Yeah.
But frequently, they're all booked.
Gotcha.
With ICE cars. But as you say, a Kona or an MG or what have you could just drive in quite happily.
Yeah. Fantastic. So
why would they do it knowing that the largest number of electric cars in the country are the Teslas?
Okay, originally both these bays were labeled electric vehicle charging only. Okay, but all the shopkeepers around here bitched. So they, as you can see, they've scrubbed out that and blacked it off. They should have scrubbed that one out and left that one as ordinary park. Sorry, scrubbed this one out and left that one for electric vehicles.
Yeah,
no, they did that one.
It would have serviced everything well, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
But that's the way it is.
Beggars can't be choosers. So.
Yeah. So did you identify any new charges coming near you with the arena announcement? That's quite significant. 403 charging places.
Yeah, are we getting any over here in WA?
Yeah.
One or two?
Yeah. No, you're getting lots too. Hang on, I'll get it
3?
up.
I'm wetting myself with this.
Oh, Nigel. Oh,
well, Nigel, did you see the posts on Tocker about all the extra charges that are coming for WA?
Yeah.
So there is quite a few coming.
Yeah,
but
I think now that the V3s have been Australian approved, that's going to be.
All right. How do I share my screen again?
You click the button that says share screen.
Down the bottom, share screen, pick which one you want.
I've got the wrong screen. That's what I'm doing wrong. Share screen. PDF. Go. Oh, you can do multiples. I didn't know that. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. Let's go. Where were we? Can you just jump straight to it? Perth. There you go. Look at that. Lots of dots.
Rockingham. Oh, look.
Lots of dots.
Rockingham, the 3 around there. That's good.
Yeah.
Because I live just the one on the right there almost.
So what I didn't get with this, Chris, was the numbers don't add up. Right?
403 versus, okay, yeah.
Because it costs about 1,000 Australian dollars per kilowatt of rectifier technology.
Yeah.
And that number of charges, when you divide it by the budget, doesn't come anywhere near.
Oh yeah, but I think it's
50.
because the co-funding it really. Like
Yeah, so it must be like they're in for 10% or 20% or something.
yeah, exactly. Because EV and it's Tassie highway people, what do they call?
Do Melbourne and Geelong if you can. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess sure. Yeah.
Because I think I look kind of near me, and I didn't see any near me. It's at the bottom.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
So if you zoom out a little bit,
Yeah.
so I live down to the side of French Island there, and there's nothing down there in that corner.
Bugger. But lots over here, which is good, and here that's good. This is way better than it is now, because at the moment, if I do a trip down to here, my MG, I need to get a charge down here before I think about going back home. So I definitely need more down here as well. So this is good, more options. And this is why I'm coming home tonight, and where I message you from one of the service stations, waiting for the girls to get back from the toilet. and it's like, I could really use some electricity right now whilst I wait this 5-10 minutes for them. Yeah.
So where on the Arena website do you find that?
Yep. It's this. Yeah.
It's in the news section, is it?
Yeah. So I'll come back to us. Hang on. I'll stop sharing and message. I'll message everybody. All people. There you go. So that's the press release. And well, basically, no, it's not even a press release. It's just the announcement. But it's very impressive. Big money. Yeah. So only, 25 million for 400 plus charges.
Yeah, and when you go $1,000 per kilowatt, it doesn't. They're not.
Yeah.
Well, it's so far out of whack.
Yeah.
That it didn't work out.
So EV, they're a private company. Ampol, ChargeFox, NG. Who is NG? I don't know NG. ENGI, ENGIE, NG. Ever heard of these guys?
Don't they own ChargeFox?
I don't know. I'm looking them up. World Energy Actor. They're a French multinational utility company. There you go. Located in France. Ha ha ha. There you go. And they've got an Australian branch. Curious.
We're recording, Adam. So if you're sitting topless somewhere, you're also
muted, Adam. Got mute on.
Yeah, if you don't mind a bit of nudity, I'm just in the spa. It's all right. I've got pants on.
Okay. And we were just talking about the Arena announcement of all the 403 rapid chargers coming. The public ones, so they're like 50 kilowatts sort of speeds, which is still half decent, I guess. AC 22 kilowatts.
Yep.
I'm guessing there's not a lot of detail. The Ampol, they did their own press release too, but I didn't bother posting that on there because it's like, well, you're going to have your service stations, so there you go.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good thing, and obviously the superchargers are opening up, rightly or wrongly. That's good too.
Yeah. I watched most of the Now You Know segment on it, and they made a lot of good points as to what do they call it, the happy supercharger ratio.
Yeah, the 72 per stall. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I thought to myself, well, in America they've got way more Teslas than we do, and they're generally happy over there, except for California, which they noted. That's impressive. But in Australia, like WA, you've got hundreds to one.
Yeah. So it's horses for courses, isn't it? It's like, obviously California, they're reaching critical mass there, and they need to deal with that. But pretty much everywhere else, apart from absolute peaks on long weekends and holiday periods, it's not a problem.
So the only time I've had to wait for a supercharger was when we were doing a car cruise. And so we were just organizing people like in the order and who actually needed to, like, the standard pluses first type deal.
Oh yeah. Okay. Like, so like on a Tonka drive or something like that.
Yeah. So this was for a not Tocker. It was
Yeah.
another group of people. The
Sure.
Twitter group.
Gotcha. Yeah, nice.
Tocker did a drive today, didn't they, to one of the wineries?
They did.
Yeah, up in Kyneton.
Because
Yes. I didn't like the title that they used there, by the way. I didn't want to say anything.
What title?
They used something like Breakout.
Right.
Yeah, and it was
the wording I took it as because you're not allowed to be in groups or inside type deals.
all right.
It was to avoid any kind of thing of it being a group meeting.
So it was actually a smart play on words then, was it?
It was a smart play. It was a legal play on words.
Gotcha.
So,
Why not?
if you just happen to turn up.
Have you still got some sort of lockdown over there in Melbourne?
No.
You can't have guests and you can't.
Oh yeah. But like yesterday, we started our birthdays in August thing. There's like three birthdays, all in 2 weeks of each other. So we went for dinner last night because no one could come here for dinner, but we could all go out for dinner together.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I, as an ABN holder, I'm thinking I'm going to set up a QR code for check-ins here, and this is Studio One.
Well, my parents have a QR code for check-ins at their farm, and so when I went to visit my parents today, I wasn't allowed to go in their house, and I had to scan the QR code at the gate so I could get in.
but
we over here in WA, we have got nothing.
Shut up.
We are completely free to do what we like.
Okay, thanks, Nigel. Goodbye, but see you later. Kick him.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodness gracious.
So I'm due to fly to Cairns on Sunday with obviously my wife Debbie and a couple of friends. So we're still touch and go whether that's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're still classed us as Victoria as red zone.
Yeah.
And obviously can't have mum's bloody celebration until we can get at least over a couple of hundred at a funeral, because she's like big in the community. So we want as many people as possible to go. But so there is still those restrictions, and masks. Correct me if I'm wrong. Masks are still everywhere. You have to wear them inside.
Yeah.
Which
inside,
is done. We were walking around. Fuck that. I'll wear them inside. I'm happy to. I'm not wearing them outside. That's bullshit, especially when you're in regional Victoria. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you something. The Delta variant over here in WA, when we recently had a bit of an outbreak, 2 of the cases were proven to be 2 people walking past each other. One had it and gave it to the other one. So, you know, it's so highly transmissible that you only have to have a few seconds contact walking by somebody to actually catch it. So if you had a mask on, you will cut out 70 or 80% of that.
Yeah, well, I'm fully vaccinated now, so I've had 2 Pfizers. And what's shitting me about that is that I've got no more rights than the average person. So when are they going to start?
Coming?
I suppose it's coming.
Second dose, Adam?
Yeah, I had the second dose. So
when?
I was lucky. My sister is actually one of the lead, or is the lead of the Traralgon race course COVID. So I'm 48, 49 in October. So we were able to get the Pfizer, but we got the Rockstar treatment through the clinic, which was good too. But once you're vaccinated, there should be something that actually allows you to move outside the 5 kilometre zone when you're locked down or whatever.
Yeah, I don't. The second dose vaccine, you've got to wait 3 weeks for immunity levels to get up to a reasonable amount. And I mean, our illustrious slow-mo, Scott Morrison, sorry, Scott.
Hi, Angus.
He's going, you know, when we hit phase 3, we'll be able to allow people who've had both vaccinations freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what does it look like? And do the states and premiers even need to actually follow it? No. That's my fear, is that at the moment he's showing himself to be so irrelevant that the premiers are like, yes, okay, we would do that. And they're all doing this, you know, like my joke for WA is that if Nigel sneezes now, you're going to close the borders, you know? Borders are up. That's it.
Well, basically, that's what we've done over here.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway.
And we haven't had any troubles like Sydney.
Still there?
With the lockdown that doesn't lock down.
Yeah, exactly. A mock down.
So just back to the cars and the Tesla today. I got the latest update. It looked like the same notes as the last update. What's going on there?
Did you get what 25.7?
Oh, I'd have to check. I'm not really sure, but I had one a couple of weeks ago that gave me that new stupid freaking game. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. It's fun, but and our wall connectivity and that. But the one that came through today had the same notes on it.
Yeah, it's you've obviously got the absolute latest, which is 25
Right.
.7, because I got 25.6, or is it 26.7? Yeah,
Hang on, I'm checking. I've got 25.7. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
I didn't see any
25.6.
difference from 25.6 to 25.7 anyway. I have a center range plus.
Yeah, I got a 25.6. So
Yeah, I've got the 7.
maybe it's just bug fixes probably.
Yeah, the 7's only been out for a day or two, so you must be special, Adam.
Oh, it's actually, I'm surprised because I've been quite lagging up until this particular update. I've been quite late, so it's got me buggered how they work that out.
I think it's pretty random, but they may give it out to people that have spent more money first. So the performance.
No, it doesn't come because me and my standard plus, I usually am on the first batches of people on Twitter saying they've got it.
I've got an SR Plus, but I've also paid the full self-driving, and I only got 25.6 late last week.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, it was the same as me.
And it had been out for a week or 10 days. And sometimes I'm going, oh, look, I've got it. And people are going, what? I haven't. So sometimes I'm first and sometimes it takes a week or 10 days. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, this latest one, though, was a 1.3 gig download. Because they had screwed up the incremental part of it. So if you had bad internet like I do, that was why I blamed my download for the notification.
Okay.
Right. Talking of internet, Starlink, Chris, was it a month or so ago you were saying that certain areas in CBDs are not allowed to have Starlink for some reason?
Yep.
Can you please explain that again?
Ashley, go.
Okay,
So
Ashley.
So the ACMA license that Starlink has is for low density and regional rural areas. And basically what that license looks like it's like ACMA zone 84 or something. You'd have to watch the video that we did to go through it all. But basically what they did is they've put some boxes around the cities that go, basically they're the brain zones that are not low density. Unfortunately, I fall inside one of those low density zones, even though I'm in the freaking Gerties.
Yeah, here you go. I'm just opening it now.
I'm inside one of those boxes in a CBD, but the edge of the box is about 2 streets down the road.
It won't matter. So what they will do so this might be the legal one with the box, but they're going to put an extra distance on it as well for people that are just, for GPS errors and all that sort of stuff. They don't want to risk losing their license over, skirting the border. Like I'm 20 meters inside the border where I am.
So Ash,
I just
they're
know.
governing because they're saying you're in high density.
Correct. I'm governed. This is the one for Melbourne.
Yeah, so you're at the Gerties.
We're in the Gerties, and we're classed as high density zone. Because if you look at the box here for the lines, they've just basically put in 4 GPS coordinates.
Yeah.
So so SpaceX have also put in their own GPS coordinates for the box, and their box is slightly bigger than this box. Right? So I can be I can be low density on this box, but on the SpaceX GPS coordinates, I'm not. So anyone that kind of lives anywhere near this line is going to be screwed over.
Yeah.
I thought, well, this week I actually went and put in an application for it, and it allowed it. So I'm going to wait and see.
So
I just-
if you zoom in a little bit further there in the middle there, Chris, you'll see the Gertie's Winery we were talking about before.
Oh yeah.
Yes, where my sister was today. So it's right there, isn't it? Shit.
Yeah, literally. Like, I think the winery might be in, which is just
Which
a
is
little bit
dumb
further up.
because clearly
North?
it's not high density there, and it's
Correct.
not high density for kilometres there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just purely because they were lazy when they did the zones for the ACMA map and just put in 4 GPS coordinates.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, it's
So
a
you
bar.
have it. You've got Dishy McFlackface.
No, I won't, and I won't be able to get it.
You won't. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Could you just register the address as being, over the other side of it?
So I thought of registering it as one of my neighbors just down the road that's inside this. That would be fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the way that they've done their billing system, it's tied to your credit card, which is tied to your address and stuff. And that was I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Okay.
this is country up here. This is Woodend for goodness
Yeah,
sake.
that's way country.
Yeah.
And
It's about Macedon over here somewhere. I mean, goodness sake.
yeah. Now, in the future, they might be able to get the license that lets them go inside those zones.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
look,
But
Sunshine
it's
Coast.
like any that are on planes and boats, for example,
Hmm.
in Australian territory, they would need to make sure that they've got it.
Yeah. I mean, this is all
Yeah.
bush here. This is a glass house in Athens. That's not a big city or built up in any way. You got Australia Zoo near there.
Is that Bribey Island?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Bribey. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
Australia Zoo's here for goodness sake. This is all just bush.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So yeah, no.
But yes, those zones are quite big. Now we can, once SpaceX has got enough money in Australia, I'm sure that they will apply to get the inner zones as well.
Yeah, because it's just a bandwidth they're talking about, like a band rather.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the frequency band use.
Yeah.
And so the reason why they have these is so that they allow, if someone's transmitter goes rogue
Yeah.
out inside these zones, it's not going to interfere with the hospital, floor to floor receiver systems and stuff that they have. That's the whole logic behind it, is that those areas, it's like the global curve there.
Yeah.
And so any rogue transmitter won't be able to hit the city from those points. That's why it's so big. It makes sense.
Yeah, these are different
Yeah,
codes here.
I've just had a look where I am. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, I'll stop sharing mine.
Yeah. Hold on a moment. Oh, what is going on?
New.
It's all right. Something has gone wrong. Ah, right. That's better. Okay. Let me just, if it will let me, here we go. So this is this line here is the crossover between not allowed and allowed, and I'm right there.
Yeah. And the
Literally, I
SpaceX
could
one
walk down there.
Yeah, and don't forget that the SpaceX one's actually slightly bigger as well.
Yeah.
So
But,
the
I mean,
SpaceX
I live right
one
here. So it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
there was a Google Maps one that someone made that had the actual coordinates that are in the Starlink firmware for the block zone.
Okay.
And yeah, it's slightly bigger. So yeah.
Well, I've put me $139 down, so I'll wait and see if they send it to me. That's good.
Yeah.
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 I guess when they get permission to when they get a different license band, then all those people inside will be able to get it.
Yeah.
Because if you actually look at the satellites passing over Australia, there's a lot of them now. They're all overlapping and it's looking quite well covered.
Cool. So
and that's the big issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Around the amount of people using it and whether their software package can handle it, and they're going to be getting better at that eventually, I would imagine. But they don't want the too high density areas running it because it's just going to chew up the bandwidth and clog the system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that will be the trouble. You can stick it out in the remote areas and only have a few people, but if you covered, say, Melbourne centre, you'd have thousands trying to use it, and that would slow the bandwidth down.
Supposedly this is Starlink.
Yeah, I've got the app. It's great. I love it. I watch it all the time with the ISS.
So what we have at the moment, if you zoom in there a little bit, those ones that are not white,
Yeah.
they're the reflector stations.
Okay.
So because the satellites currently don't do satellite to satellite comms, you have to be within reflection range of one of those ground stations.
Oh, okay.
And the three that you've got over there in WA, I only think one of them may be hooked up. The other two aren't. I think it's the one down at Wagin is hooked up, but the Cataby and the Meriden ones aren't.
Yeah.
This is like watching, aviation radar. This is fun. Sorry, bit nerdy. Goodness gracious! All right, cool. So, what are people's thoughts around, the 2 billionaires go to space this last fortnight?
Good luck to them.
Space tourism, and they're supposedly now not going to be classed as astronauts. You see that headline?
Yeah, not astronauts.
Yeah, not astronauts. I mean, I'm very big in the space industry side and space stuff.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm happy. They've kept a lot of engineers employed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've paid a lot of people's wages that have paid a lot of people's kids. So
it all helps the progress towards more and more people getting out to Mars or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's the stand shoulders piece, isn't it? Like they're doing this, so once that becomes the norm, you stand on their shoulders, and then the moon, and then Mars. It is good, and it does put it in the reach to the greater population, but clearly they're not astronauts. It's like calling a weekend warrior or a paintball person a bloody sergeant or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or someone who drives any vehicle, they're suddenly not a pilot, So if you got a plane, you're not the pilot, you're just a passenger. So
yeah,
agree with that one. Oh, when's the other going to go to space anyway? Does he want to go?
When he's done is what he said.
Oh.
When the risk of death isn't worth when he thinks he's got nothing left to do, he'll do it.
Okay, it's very dark.
I mean, if Bezos had have died, I don't think we would have been in massive mourning.
No, true.
Same with Richard Branson, but Elon's just doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because Jeff Bezos went up in that huge prick, didn't he?
Yeah, him and his brother.
Yes.
It does look like a dick.
And the person that paid 24 million or something, and then it's like, I can't do it. My schedule's too full.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but he gave it to his son or something. I think
he gave it to the woman astronaut that was part of the Mercury 12.
She was going anyway. I'd heard he'd given it to his son, and he'd originally intended that to happen anyway.
But did you hear why she was never an astronaut? That pissed me off. The fact that she was a woman back in the 60s, that's the reason she never got a go. How bad is that? But a sign of the times, I suppose.
Yeah. And the couple of weeks after that they made that announcement that they wouldn't let her go because she was a woman, Russia did the first female in space. Just to kind of show that age, that thinking, the stigmas.
You don't think that Russia sent her up because women are expendable, just in case?
Well, we're all humans. I don't know if I want to be stuck in a tin can with all blokes, just quietly.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does,
there's
look,
the brick.
it does look a bit dark, doesn't it? You know?
I don't know why he called it Blue Origin. He should have called it Phallus.
Can you see that one too? That's the Virgin one's a lot sexy to look at.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but they didn't get
I
as
think it's plane ever, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
they didn't get as high as Bezos.
No. Yeah, exactly.
But they were longer, weren't they?
Yeah, they're longer. So,
Yeah.
but that's also because you got the couple of hour flight up as well.
Okay.
Tell you what, the pilot of the Virgin one was top class. When he landed that and it was perfectly down the center line, I was like, good work to that guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, having your boss on board is a
Big motivator.
a big motivator, but he was perfectly down the center line for an unpowered.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a glider.
Unpowered descent.
Jeez.
Without a front wheel, and he got the skid straight on the front line.
Yeah.
Good on him.
So I'm heading up. I'm talking about pilots. I have a mate that's a Qantas pilot, clearly not flying Qantas at the moment, given the current circumstances. So he's flying buzz boxes out of Birdsville at the moment. So I've just said, right, I'm coming up to the Birdsville races.
Yeah.
So I've just booked a trip, Melbourne, Brisbane, Birdsville, to go and see him early September.
Cool.
If I can get there, clearly.
Yeah. Awesome. I just reminded me now that I'm out of lockdown again. I need to get organised with the electric plane guys over in South Australia. God, try and remember who they were now. God, let me find them.
Let me know if you're going over there to visit them. Let me know. We'll take. We'll go across.
Okay, you want to drive it, dear? Because I was going to. I was got cheap ass flight.
You're talking Adelaide. My old man lives in Adelaide, so
yeah,
I might be interested.
Adelaite, yes.
I got supercharger credits. It's fine.
Awesome. All right.
Mine run out next month, I think. I've got a heap. I've got about 3,000, and they all expire next month.
It's gonna. What are they called? They're called Pipistrel's electric plane. Pipistrel doesn't say right. Yeah, is that right?
Pipistrel's a thing, but they're not an Australian company. They're
okay. So it's just one of their planes.
Yeah, the Pipistrel make planes and gliders.
Yeah, I think
my uncle's got a motorized glider, which was always pretty cool from them.
So. Yeah, I think they reached out through LinkedIn and they said, "Hey, come and have a flight with us, and we'll take you up." But that was yonks ago. Oh my god! All right, I'll follow that up.
Cool. What I want to see, Chris, is those the sea turbines, for the power generation from the wave turbines. That's down near Geelong, I think.
Yeah.
I want to see what they've been up to, because they had a big grant money and posted lots of stuff, lots of updates before Corona. So.
Yeah. Also, you heard of Star of the South, Chris, or not?
No, what's that?
That's an offshore wind farm in Gippsland that's happening. Okay. So one of my best mates, Tony Wolf, is actually on he's a community representative on that committee. So it's probably something you want to look at down the track. It's starting to gain a bit of momentum. It's going to be massive, and it's going to be the first offshore wind farm in Australia as well. So I'll keep you posted on that, and then you can maybe get some content down the track. Tony's quite big. If you Google Tony Wolf, he's a coal station power worker.
Yeah.
And he's big on green. He drives the Model 3, the same as mine. And he's big on renewables and shit. And he's on this committee as well. So I can hook you up with that, and you can put that on the show too.
Yeah, that'd be good. Because I so want to get up in one of those things. I really want to get up in there. That's my dream.
Yeah, what you wish for.
With all the ladders, yeah. But some are so tall they've got elevators, so
Chuck on your high-vis. Chuck on your high-vis and then do a photo op.
Yeah. Oh my god, it'd be so awesome. But that's a very old article, 2017. So I need to go looking for that one.
Well, I watched that bloody mega structures episode with the 3 wind turbines on the twin towers. Where was it, Bahrain or something? That was an interesting build, because those things that you're talking about pivot, but these things couldn't. And they were putting them on brick. It was really interesting.
Cool. All right, cool. I'll have a look around. Sweet. But the title one, I covered about a good month ago now, easily, a few months ago. Yeah, you know, one of my big projects that I'm putting off, and I don't want to do it, but I need to do it, is to create a database of all the articles that I use. It's like the number of times I research something and I have to go look for it again. It's ridiculous. And it's like, pain in the, you know what?
When did you do a title one?
Yeah, I did a title one. Yep. Yeah.
Is there any more information on that battery fire that you did the other day, Chris?
Yeah, I had to drive down there today, and they've still got the roads closed off, and the head appliances still on site. So the road leading up to it, they had a fire truck pumping water up the hill. Yeah, so they're still, I think, just dousing the nearby units, because they want this to just burn out by itself. And if they slow it down, it's going to take forever to actually put out. So they're letting it go. But you know, like each of these 3 megawatt hour units is about $1 million or so each. So I'm guessing they got insurance. It's good. It's guaranteed. I would imagine they have insurance, but there's got a big setback for them, because 2 of them have been destroyed for sure. You know.
On the plus side, this is, I think, the first battery fire for the grid ones.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be good to see whether or not how much their incident response plan worked, and the designs and the extra water flowing through the systems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, water's not the right medium to try and put these fires out, is it?
No, like they said, they just need to actually let them run.
Yeah.
You know, they're just going to do, you know, thermal runaway, and they're just going to burn anyway. So just let them burn, and they'll put themselves out.
They need to do what they do with the cars and put a shipping container full of water next to them, and then just lift them up with a crane and dump them in the water.
Wow.
That's how they put it. That's how they put out the other battery fires in EVs.
Jeez. Cool.
They've just given that was in Europe. They've just given up trying to put them out on the side of the road. They literally have just dump them in a pool or equivalent.
Drown them.
Yeah. So yes, no, I tried getting close, and I put the drone up, and I couldn't get close enough because I was too far away, and you know, line of sight rules, and you know, figuring that I was potentially interfering in a emergency situation, I would get in trouble. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this. It's not worth it. Anyway, yeah, no, I remember seeing that one. The one that looks like it collects waste. It looks like it collects waste, but it doesn't actually. It's a tidal generator. I've gone back to
it's the tidal stuff sort of was big at one point, and it's sort of gone to the wayside a bit, and I don't understand that. What's happened there? Is it a like a funds input thing, or it just didn't prove to be any good, or what?
So tidal had 2 major dramas in that it's when you're submersing stuff in salt water, corrosion, right?
Yeah.
So they had to get really good at corrosion stuff. And they've done that now, but they've got it at the points where they also have to kind of think about where they put them. It's not as, you know, fairyland as what they thought it would be, where to get them cost effective at the moment, you really need to put them in like a high tidal flow area, like in deltas and places like that.
Yep.
Obviously, over time, the price will come down as the exotic materials they need to make them out of get better.
But so, I mean, if you guys have probably watched, I don't know if you guys watch the Gruber Motors stuff on YouTube, and you see he gets the cars in that have been submerged in fresh water, and he gets the cars that have been submerged in salt water, and the difference is like polar. It's like if it's been in salt water, it's rooted.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point. Is that so? That's why you'll see the some of the new ones that they do for the tidal generators are basically it's a boat, and you're able to lift up the tidal generators out of the water. Because if you're having to pay scuba divers and all that sort of stuff as well, your maintenance costs go ridiculous.
Yeah.
So onshore wind is obviously the easiest because they just send a car, and Steve gets in it, climbs up the ladder, and has a look. Whereas you can't really do that if it's underwater, submerged in a shipping channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So I think last time I looked at this, I definitely put in a news episode somewhere, and there's a live map you can track where it is, can't you? I'm certain there is.
I'm pretty sure it's actually the King Island one. I think it's actually been done. It's working.
King Island in Victoria.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're moving it around as a trial. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one from that Arena Grant one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to actually hear from someone that works there.
Okay.
Rather than just their press releases.
Yeah.
Because they could be doing a Nicola.
Oy. Jeez.
That's fired.
It doesn't look very good for them.
Doesn't look very good for Trevor Milton, does it? Been indicted in 3 fraud charges.
Yeah.
It'll cascade from there too. The other people on the board that knew about it and everything.
Did you see what Warren Redlick was saying about that? He had an interesting theory. He's a lawyer, well, he was. And he was saying the way they've worded it, there's about 100 odd pages of indictments. But the way they've worded it, it looks like they're going to get Trevor to roll over on all the big billionaire investors who had private information available, and they sold their shares before it all went belly up and made a killing.
Wow.
Yeah. He was lying to investors except the billionaires. He had,
and he can't wear a mask properly, apparently.
No,
exactly.
He needs a oxygen proof mask by the sounds of it.
Oh, there's a gravity defying machine there.
It wasn't gravity defying, it was gravity driven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. I'll watch this space with that one. Anyway, so obviously Cybertruck's going to be 2022 now as a semi, so that's a bit disappointing. That means 2025 for Australia.
Bring on the Cybertruck.
Yeah, but it's so long ago. So long ago they put that out.
bring on the Model Y.
Is it coming?
I know.
Yes, it is coming.
Yeah, let me check.
But we don't know when.
Every time before I shoot the news, I always double check.
No, it's not available yet. People are saying end of the year.
Okay.
They were saying that last year too. They say December, and then they just don't say what year. Just to...
There you go. So, and it's going to say down the bottom, my thing's hiding it. There's
the Model
more.
Y. My missus wants a Model Y, and it's like crickets around that. And you're thinking, coming out of China now, where the hell is it, and how long is it going to be?
Yeah, let's have a look at the Macau English.
I think we're going to have to wait until the Giga Texas and Giga Berlin are up and running. Because Giga Texas will be making Model Ys first.
Let's continue.
Because they're what, a 2 or 3 year old car now, aren't they? The Y?
I mean, it took 3 years for the 3 to get to us.
Yeah, okay.
No suggestion of date here. Okay, if I lived in China, how long would it take to get one? Where we go, guys? Asia. Is that China, you reckon? That's Chinese, yeah? That's Chinese.
No.
Is that Japanese? Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
All right. So we go down here, and is that 4 to 6?
4 to 6 weeks.
There you go. So it's getting longer then, because it was quite short at one stage. Okay. All
That's
right.
for a 3.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, mate. Thank you. This little video bar of mine is in the way. Let's go home. Then don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
And then yes, stay there. White. And how much?
There we go.
Come on, custom order. It's a good thing it's
Cool.
the same layout. I had no idea. What's that say?
Japanese and Chinese, Chris.
I don't know. I'm going to Google. Then convert it. Translate. Yeah. No. Google.
If you go back to your other page, I
Jewish.
think there was a translate button in the top.
Was there? Where?
It was coming up when you were loading it up before.
Oh, really? Yeah. Look up. I'll just do that. No. Yes. Go away. I'll get this. Oh no! Look, I've got. I think we've got problems here, folks. I'll stop. I'll keep going.
Yeah. So the tri-motor Cybertruck, what's that? That 2 rear wheel motors and a front diff motor, is it?
Yes.
Yep.
It's got 3 motors.
Yeah. Okay. I was interested. I hadn't heard what the configuration was, and I just assumed it would be 2 rear wheel motors and 1 diff motor, probably in the front.
It's got 3 motors, 2 in the back, 1 in the front.
Yeah, everyone's
same as the Model S Plaid.
They may make a 4-motor one. Right. Yeah. They may end up doing a 4-motor one. Depends on how much they can scale these tiny motors that they're using for the Plaid.
Mm.
You know, they're
the carbon ones, carbon
wrapped. Yeah, 20,000 RPM motors. That's pretty crazy.
Mate. Brilliant. That is amazing.
22 kilos.
That's amazing.
Like that's so small and light, Leo.
The Model Y, the deliveries will start in August 2021.
There you
go. Okay. All right. So soon. That's great.
Yeah, but that's in China.
The Chinese one.
Yeah, that's in China.
Oh, but not in Australia.
No.
I don't think we'll see it until the end of the year at the earliest.
Yeah, I've got a feeling too. They might open up the orders in September, but yeah, they always ship in the end.
It'll be the day that the Victorian grant money runs out.
You're right. You're right.
You're heathen.
We don't have any grant money in WA.
You're not locked down.
But we're not locked down, though.
All right. In honkers, I've got the English one this time. Yeah. So Hong Kong Model Y right-hand drive Q4 2021. There you go. It is a little mini Model X, isn't it? You know, look at it.
Oh, it's an overgrown Model 3, isn't it?
Overgrown Model 3, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Without the feeling that you're crawling into a sports car.
Yeah, there you go. Q4 2021. So it's been pushed out a bit. Oh, who knows? Hopefully, sooner than later.
Yeah, I'm going to get one maybe in a year or 18 months' time. I want to make sure it's got the 4680 batteries, structural battery pack, and all the mod things. And I'll probably end up getting a long range, but they're just not available at the moment.
Yeah, be curious to see how that works out. You know, like so with Tesla announcing that other suppliers are actually have had the tech being given to them. I don't know. Like, I don't think the agreement with China is to 2025 for the lithium phosphates. So it might be a while. That's me assuming that they don't actually adopt it. They could always change. There's always an out clause for Tesla and contracts, I imagine.
Well, and also the other batteries and stuff, they'll just put them into power walls and other stuff. Like, Tesla knows how to use batteries.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah, 1 million power walls sooner than later. It's quite incredible.
Yeah,
per year. Crikey. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Does anyone want anything else going to bring up?
Well, do we have any other news apart from Tesla news? Like How's your MG going, Chris?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I'm really pissed that one, I can't control when it charges. So overnight, get a cheaper rate. So
Have you tried OptiWatt, Chris?
what's that?
Have you tried OptiWatt?
What's
Mine's on OptiWatt.
What's OptiWatt?
So OptiWatt's out of America. It's an app,
Yeah.
and it governs when my Tesla charges, depending on my tariff. So I've programmed my tariff as I'm on off peak.
Yeah.
So it basically kicks my car in at midnight. It drops it back to 50% charge until it's ready to charge, and then it bumps it up to 80%, and it will charge overnight. Even though I'm still getting the 66 kilowatt on my feeding on my solar panels, but whole other story. But try that. You know who got me onto that? Do you guys watch Porn Stars?
No.
On Porn Stars on Foxtel, the
PAWN.
Not Pornhub.
Chum Lee.
Not Pornhub. Okay.
PAWN, not POR.
PAWN, just for everybody to know.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
PAWN. Chum Lee on that was actually I'm friends with him on Facebook for whatever freaking reason, but he got me onto it. Would you believe?
All right.
That'll probably mean nothing to you, but check that out because you could probably govern it with that. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know with the MG.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Right, Adam, for your PFIT stuff, you know that you're allowed to get battery now without affecting your PFIT.
Say again.
They've changed the wording and rulings around the premium feed-in tariff. It used to be that if you made any changes, that you would get screwed over and lose your PFIT, basically.
Yeah, well, I made a massive change, and they haven't changed.
They changed the wording and things around it so that now that you can get battery without losing your PFIT.
Right. Okay. So I put 13.8 kilowatts on, and they still haven't taken it. So the next step, battery. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything about that, but yeah. So the next step's battery, and I'd like a Powerwall, but now you've got to get solar with Powerwall. You can't just get a
That's
Powerwall.
in America. That's America.
Oh, not here.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you can get it everywhere.
Yeah, okay. That's America, not here. So
yeah. No. The only way I can actually get any sort of smart charger of my car is through an external unit like a Zappy or something else that actually you can control it again, like you say, using an app. Because the MG has no smarts, it doesn't tell me how fast it's getting its charge, how many kilometers I've got in terms of range. It tells me in percentage, which is freaking useless. So today I was over in Melton for a kid's birthday party. Then went from there down to Geelong, and I knew I had to get some juice on the way, so we stopped at the EV charger at Macca's. Actually, you know that one. And I put in 10 kilowatt hours of energy, thinking, okay, that's about 25% of my battery. But it doesn't matter what percentage of the battery is because I don't know range until I basically press the button on the turn the car on rather, and then it says, okay, you got this much range. It's just really shit, very shit.
That is clunky.
Very clunky. It's bad. So yeah, I've got two friends of mine around this because look, I only charge my car twice a week because I don't do a lot of kilometers. And if I get a Zappy wall charger, yes, I can exploit solar and get the most out of that. But I'm already doing that anyway. And
you've got all the home automation stuff, Chris. Have you thought about just using your granny charger and having a smart Wi-Fi plug on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But do you think there's an issue there? Because I've got it's a 15 amp socket now, so it's running at a higher amperage compared to the usual 10 amp, smart devices.
You get a special Wi-Fi smart plug.
Yeah.
You'd have to get a 15 amp one.
Most of them will do 10 amps. I had one when I had a FEV, and I've got one and it would come on because I couldn't control when the FEV charged. So I had this plug, Wi-Fi controlled smart, and the app said, turn on at 12, turn off at 4. And it would charge up the car overnight like that.
Okay. Well, Amazon's telling me there's actually 48 options here. Oh, this is America.
15 amp.
Yeah, exactly.
48 options. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's America. That's not gonna work. Anyway, so yes, the most disappointing thing about my car is just its charging. You know, the smart head unit, well, not smart head unit, the head unit is pretty shit too. But you know, you put up with it. You use Android Auto. God, it's funny watching the forums around people bitching around the Apple not doing Apple CarPlay. I mean, not Apple. Excuse me, Tesla not having Apple CarPlay and Google Android Auto.
Yeah, Jesus, get over it. And I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
just people need to sort of catch up, don't they? Really?
Oh, but this is people who actually sound like they're actually you know, on the road and they need it to, you know, communicate with people as they're driving, like messaging and voice calls. Because you know, the last time I was in a Tesla, and that was only like 3 months ago now, the voice commands were still shit, and it's like dial wife, and to be like, I don't know who you mean, and you're like dial Rachel Neer.
I can't tell my brother. Every time I say Shane, it thinks Shine. Doesn't matter how I pronounce it.
Yeah.
I've had to slow down my speaking when I talk at it.
Right.
But to be honest, I just use Google for all that stuff anyway. You know, I say my Google keyword and off it goes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Lenovo.
But I mean, I was a bit sad when Tesla went from Google voice controls to their own one.
All right.
If it had a chocolate, let me pay the extra $100 licensing fee or whatever Google was charging them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pay that to get the Google voice controls back.
Yeah, it's not expensive either. I believe it's like $70 per car. That's all it is to actually have Android Auto thrown in. You know, it's not expensive. But
I'll get better though. Over time.
They just need more Australians to buy it so we can speak in our weird language.
Yes. Everyone suggests that too. Try an American accent. Does that work?
Yes, an American accent works. And I also found that racial slurs work too. Like if you speak in like a Chinese accent when requesting something, it will actually work better.
Get out.
I shit you not. Like if I want to go to China bar and I say it in Chinese, it will actually pick it up better than if I say it in Australian.
Unbelievable.
And don't forget, you can open butthole.
Yeah, and
yes, don't forget you can
blow me and blow me.
Yeah, like that's all useless.
Yeah.
Classic, I'm gonna go, guys. I'm having some dinner. I'll catch you next time. Yeah.
See you, Adam.
Cheers. Stay well, guys.
See you
Thanks,
later.
everybody.